What's up, people? It's your boy AC. I'm back for another What He Really, Really Thinks. Today's topic is a true or false one, really, right? True or false? True or false, right? Guys will say that we want a really strong woman. We want an independent woman, right? She's got her own things going on, all of that stuff, right? But what we really want, if we're being honest, what we really want is a bit of a needy woman. A bit of a woman who runs us down, right? And not, tells us we're rubbish. Runs us down, calls us all the time, and basically to certain degrees allows us to control, the course, the journey of the relationship, right? True or false? True. See you next time. No, I'm kidding. Why would there be such a big disparity between what he's saying he wants and obviously what's going on? Now, women, you'll probably all say, guys always say they want one thing when the truth is they want another. Okay, but in this instance, why would it be so? Men are thick. They're also very simple, but in this case, I think men are genuinely thick. Because sometimes we actually think and we believe that something is the case. It's not, we're not in denial to ourselves. We really believe this is the case when it's clearly not the case. Point in question, right? Give you an example. A couple of years ago, I really noticed this so evident. I was at a dinner. It was a work thing. One of the guys from work, his phone rings, and he looks at it and he's, oh gosh, and it was his wife. Right? He didn't want to pick it up for whatever reason, yeah? But what I remember is that as the drink started flowing, he started talking, right, about his wife. And because I think she was doing an MBA or something and she was working, but he was earning most of the money in the house. He had to cut a long story short. And so therefore, he felt he had the right to make the majority of the important decisions in that household because he earned more money. Now, another guy that was there basically was like, bro, I wish my missus was like that. And the guy whose phone rang, he was like miffed. He was like, what are you talking about? My wife's really strong. What do you mean you wish your wife was like that? He wasn't getting aggressive, but he was genuinely like confused. What are you talking about? My wife looks after the kids. She works. She's really intelligent. She's doing this course, blah, blah, blah. And he was saying all this stuff which surface was positive, but basically it's still all alluded to. It still all got to him being in control of the relationship and him feeling comfortable and loving her. He was saying stuff like, I wouldn't have got with her if she wasn't a strong woman. But everything he was saying, she wasn't really that strong, in relation to him. But he never got that. Then, of course, a bit more controversial. Then, of course, there are the reasons why there's that disparity because a woman's behavior can waver, can be inconsistent, and can perpetuate and exacerbate that issue going on there, where he's saying one thing when actually the reverse is the truth. And this, I've spoken about this in another podcast, so I won't get too deep into it, but it's when basically the woman dumbs herself down. I was trying to think of a polite way to put it, but this is what he really thinks, and I've got to give it to you straight. Women dumb themselves down. AC's a loving guy. Right? I understand when you meet someone, you want to show your shiny wrapping, as we talk about in the book, which is now out on Kindle. Please buy it. You want to show your nice side, right? You like him, you placate his ego a little bit, you laugh at his jokes. That's all cool. The problem if that continues indefinitely, that becomes a real issue, because if it does, what happens is, guys, we're not very good at introspection. We're not very good at self-analysis and thinking, maybe some of the stuff I'm saying here, maybe she might want to challenge me on it. Maybe she should be challenging me on it. Maybe I want to ask her opinion, We're not good at that. We're not great at that. So if we're left with no checks and balances in what we're saying, we're always going to think things are cool. Like everything's cool. So then all of a sudden, again, I know I've talked about this before, but so please excuse me, all of a sudden when you flip, or rather you become the realness of you, then there's a problem. Then he's confused, right? Then everybody's confused.com. What he really thinks, 100 is of course on YouTube, LinkedIn, and on Facebook is whatherreallythinks.co.uk is possibly what you're watching now. YouTube, WHRT100, and also you can hit me up, of course, at info@whrt.co.uk and .com. I love Chris Rock. And Chris Rock, he has this comedy act. I'm trying to remember the bits or a way to say it which won't make it nasty, because it's going to be nasty, right? Okay, basically, the ethos is what I'm going to apply of what he was saying, right? He's talking about the bedroom, and he's talking about when a template. Guys, we always have templates. We have templates, even unbeknown to us sometimes, of how we want a woman to be in a relationship, right? So he talks about the template, a sexual one, that when what a woman shouldn't do is if she's uncomfortable with something in the bedroom, yeah, and she says, you know what, I'm not doing that, babe, and then she changes her mind, that's cool to change your mind. Nobody's saying that changing your mind is gonna then make the guy flip and think that, you know, he had a strong woman and you'll become, yeah, we're not getting that confused, right? The problem is when the mind gets changed and then gets changed back. You know, Chris Rock basically says if you put something sexual on the menu, know that to him that's now on the menu. Okay, to flip back, and he gets a bit kind of nasty about it, but I'll keep it clean and I'll try and keep it succinct, right? To flip back, what's going to happen is mind, consciously or subconsciously, I don't want to use the word respect, I'm going to use another word, appreciation. His level of appreciation for your judgment and your decision making will alter, will reduce, right? Or at some level, especially if that wavering keeps on happening. And at its very, very worst, what happens is through no sophistication or through no nefarious means of his own, you started off in a relationship in which the woman was strong, right? Everything was cool. But because of the wavering, right, and essentially the template, he breaks her, is what I'm trying to say. The strong woman gets broken by the fact that that sexual scenario, which Chris Rock talks about, it gets perpetuated in other things. The wavering changes. The mind goes here, then it goes there. It goes there, then it goes there. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making some kind of sense here. I used to have a bit of a template in my mind, you know. What am I talking about? Before I go on, sorry. Happy birthday to you. To a belated birthday. You girls boogieing the night away over, what's it called, the weekend now. To Debbie M and Stella Tunji. Two different people. You don't know each other, but happy birthday to you both. WHRT, the world of loves you very much. I used to have a template in my mind. I always used to think, you know what would be really nice? You know what would be really nice? If I had a woman, right, who was really, really rich, and she basically just pampered me and was really non-demanding. So if you're out there, see you next time.